Well, hello everyone! I'm welcome you in the next episode of the Zane Designs, part 2 of making lunar weapons. And today, we'll be making the Book of Dreams. As you may or you may not seen the last episode, which will be linked in the description, I'm doing in this series concept arts for my world and everything I do around it. And in the last episode we were making the Lyre of Silent Night. For today we'll be going with the design of a book that contains dreams from all over the world around. The first design that I'm going for is based on the previous sketch I made in my sketchbook a few weeks ago. I want to contain like the crescent moon shape on to make it more curvy, because just like the square book that they usually are boring actually. Yeah, the cover I was not sure what should include. I thought about like just plain color, or maybe like some kind of ombre to add later, but then I actually thought that making it like a star map or something like this should actually work for that, cause the book contains dreams and dreams are related to the night and at the Syrah, you know. So that's why I was making like this round lines, which for me resemble the I don't know the word, the lines on the sky map, like you may Google some, and there are usually the lines that which direction the sky is moving or something like this. I don't really know how it's called, but you get the point. And actually that's a thing that's common in most of the thing related to the god of moon in my universe, which is the creator of this book, of course. Actually, these crescent moons on the back are used also as a place where the pages are. I decided not to go with the like front or back front look of the book, because that's not really necessary at this point, because even if I would do the illustration it won't be visible that much, and actually that will be blank pages. Yeah, so you may see on the design something like strange lines that just are some random, and they are because I wasn't thinking about what to write there. I want to use my own alphabet I created to write on this book, but I didn't plan right now, because that's not what we do today, what should be written on it. Most of this go with the design of the triple moon in its 3 phases, full moon and 2 crescent moons, because, well, when it comes to thinking about what symbol of the god of the moon should be, that's what first comes to the mind, isn't it? The second design is a little bit different from most of the books you may have seen, because I decided to split the cover like to two hanging things from both sides as it open, and it actually they're fold inside when you close the book, on which you could find some more information or something. And so the shape of the book is not squarish, it's more like trapezoid or something like this. The banding, I decided to use the invariant arch because it worked really good here, as this pointy thing that comes down from up. On the cover, I decided not to go with different front and different back, because that's not really necessary in that case. Of course, they're not exactly the same, because on the one side we have a full cycle of the moon, and on the other half we will have some constellation, which are some random for now. And then we have this like a window that I made on the part that are really close to the binding of the book. And actually I thought that it could be like a real window, like the image is moving with a time. Of course it would be like displaying only one scenery, I think, for now. That is a moon and the Moon Palacio, where the god of the moon lives. With the third one, I was going with a invariant arch as a main focus point, in which you will be adding like the name of the book and the symbol of it in front. This one actually was completely out of plan. I mean, I didn't have idea to how I want it to look. So in the end, it was like doing random stuff that looks good with each other. I've changed a bit the top of the binding, which in the other ones are like this diamond shape point. I decided to do it only on the lower side and expand it with the like this veins of the moonlight. This one is actually the most resembling of a normal book that you may find in the library. Of course, more fancy than the typical book. On the back side, I decided to go with just a moonstone gem and some constellation around it, as it was like the point star in the constellation. On the front, I've decided to put the crescent moon and a little tag with name of the book or what it contained. And after a bit of thinking, I decide to like make this more like pop out with the like this pointy parts of the edges of it. It will be actually more like a part of the closing, like there's a place where the lock is. I also add some chains because why not? It goes good with the design, I think. The fourth and the last one of today's designs are more like a type of a journal. For me, it resembles one, like, you know, made out of pure leather, with its main shape more curvy than the rectangle that most of the book are. I wanted this like triangular edges to be the closing of the book, and the main pages are linked in the more rectangle body close to the binding of the book. You may see I've made like this round thing on the front cover, which is like the moon sphere. It resembles the face of the moon, base of the day. It contains the moonstone, a big chunk of moonstone in the shape of a sphere, and this like part with the curve changes when the moon phase on the sky change as well, that you can easily read in which phase the moon is. The rest of the cover is mostly filled with moon phases and constellation. I don't really want this one to be like have a lot of going on, because the sphere was doing all of the job needed. I've only added like this chain that is actually a lock. When you close the book, it goes to the spot on the front. On the binding, you may see more like this strange lines, which will be some words in the future. Probably just a name like the Book of Dreams, which the item is. And so as the last part of this video, we'll be doing a coloring of today's sketches. And I will remind you that you can choose on which one I will continue in the last part of this mini series in the comments. You comment which of the 4 design you like the most, and I will, based on your suggestion, go with the design that will be in the end. The colors that I use for the coloring today are mostly or like exactly the same as for the previous one, with additional like this grayish purple color that I use on the bookmarks that comes from out of the book, and additional parts that I decided not to be exactly the same color as the rest because it would blend too much and I don't want that effect on it. Of course, this color will be much more developed in the future episode when I will make the proper illustration of this design, which you will help me choose to. And of course, every additional changes will be happening in the last video of this series. Like changing slightly something, but mostly staying to the source sketch I made today. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and visit my other social media that are linked in the description. So the video comes to an end. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next part. Bye!